Talk about this braces thing we've been discussing this morning. They used to be sort of a teenage rite of passage. The American Association of Orthodontics, though, is now recommending kids start seeing an orthodontist at as early as age 7.
Yeah, Channel 2 Sofia Ojeda is here now with more on this. Much different than when we were young.
Oh, much different. Kids these days, they don't understand.
They never know. They didn't walk to school.
They said the same thing to us.
Right? Yeah. Okay, it might seem overly aggressive to start so early, but hear me out. Orthodontists say it's about taking advantage of anatomy and growth that hasn't yet become permanent, and identifying and treating certain dental issues at a younger age can avoid bigger problems down the line.
The color picking part is definitely my favorite part.
Orthodontist Christian Groth says that's not unusual.
I don't know if it's a status symbol or with their friends they want to be showing off their bling.
What he does know is that it helps make orthodontic treatment at a young age easier than it is for teens.
We generally see at 7, 8, 9 that children are really excited about orthodontics.
Maddie Stickteen is only 9 years old and has had braces for less than 2 months. But her mom, Alyssa, says she's already seen a huge difference.
The first time she had the braces on, within a day, by the end of the day, her teeth were already moving, and by 2 days, they were already inside her mouth.
Open big.
Maddie and her friends with braces are among the 20% of kids who can benefit from early orthodontic intervention.
We actually appreciate that they're going to have straight teeth.
In general, we think that about 80% of kids, nature is doing the right thing. So there's no need to get involved with 80% of the people who come through our door.
At most orthodontic offices, this early evaluation is free. But even if you don't see an orthodontist, there are issues to look out for.
There's some basic things that parents can look at and say, I need to go see an orthodontist. Crowding, number 1, snoring, mouth breathing, number 2.
Other things to look for: an overbite or an underbite, and a crossbite where the upper and lower teeth cause the jaw to shift as they come together. That can signal an upper jaw that's too narrow.
One of the toughest things to do is to explain to a parent that there's nothing I can do at age 12 or 13 for a specific problem other than extraction therapy or surgical intervention, but it potentially could have been avoided had we seen that patient 3 or 4 years earlier.
Yeah. Well, early treatment can be the final solution for some kids. Others will still need orthodontics as teens when their permanent teeth move into place, but the treatment is usually a lot shorter. Case in point, that's my Ella. She's 7. She got her braces on. She's only going to need them on for 6 months, and then she's done. And they say that it's because, you know, her bones aren't fused permanently. It's easier to move things around, and then we won't have to worry about it for a while.
So it would have been a lot worse if you'd have just waited till when they used to wait.
Right, that's what they say.
High school,
it's when everything's kind of set there, that's permanent, and it's harder to move, and it's more pain. That's why these kids these days, they won't understand what we went through when we were younger, right? But yeah, so it's easier in the long run, save you time, save you money, save the kids pain. So it's a good thing.
All right.
Nice. Right.